everyone, this is Melissa, and I'm the Talkative Introvert. In today's episode, I am joined once again by another close introverted friend of mine. I'm loving that my friends and family are excited about my podcast and are taking interest in this new hobby of mine, regardless if I end up getting big or not. Like, I love just having these to be able to look back on, or not look, listen back on. And I mentioned before, like, it's just a great archive of memories with friends and family, and I'm just happy to have this and have these recordings to listen to. But I will do some solo episodes for sure, because I really do enjoy doing those, so stay tuned for those. All right, I'm just going to get right to it, so let's get into the episode. Joining me today is my good friend Shannon Ebler. We've been friends for years now. We actually went to high school together, but we didn't become friends until like freshman year of college when we had a class together. And we've been friends ever since. Hi, Shannon. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good. I'm excited and a little nervous.
Don't be nervous.
I know. It's just like one of those things of like, oh, I'm doing a podcast. It's so weird because this is definitely like out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But when I was listening to all of your episodes, especially the earlier on ones when you're like, oh, I want to have friends on, I was like, that could be really fun. So it's like now I'm like, oh, I hope her listeners like me. And I feel like that's such an introvert thing to say, especially like via podcast. Like, I hope they like me.
I think so. I think people enjoy kind of the ones that I do with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a good conversation. And like, I feel like there's not a whole lot of like introverts talking. Like, there's a bunch of introvert podcasts, but they're not super popular. You know, they're not like the Joe Rogans and like the why can't I think of anything right now? You know, those popular podcasts.
So those popular ones, yeah. I only listen to like 3 podcasts.
Oh, really? What do you listen to?
Yeah. So I listen to yours. Yours is one of my 3.
One of the 3?
Yeah. And then I listen to Noble Blood with Dana Schwartz.
Okay.
I think it's how you pronounce it. It's like historical people.
Okay.
So like, you know, royalty, noble people, but like stories you might not know about them and other popular ones.
Oh, that's cool.
So I just got finished. She did a 6-part series on like Henry VIII's wives. So like those are super popular, but still like really interesting. But I love that kind of stuff. So it's just royalty and stuff from all the ages all over that she does little episodes on.
Okay.
And then the other one I listen to, and I don't really listen to it like as regularly because I'm just bad at like listening to podcasts. I'm trying to get into it more, and that's what yours has helped me. Like, I listen to them like usually Tuesday, honestly, but
okay, you're that one person that
I'm the person who does it on the next day. That's me. The other one I listen to is Let's Talk About It with Taylor Nolan.
Oh, I think I've heard of that one.
I really enjoy her content. I follow her on Instagram too. She was actually, you'll laugh, she was on The Bachelor like a couple years ago.
Oh,
and
okay.
She's one of my favorite Bachelor people.
Yeah, I
like
think
to come from
that. Yeah.
And I just really enjoy her content, and I've listened to some of her episodes. I need to like listen to more, but it's just like, it's so hard for me to find the time, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know there's like this whole so I watched, like, when I started the podcast, I watched a bunch of like starting a podcast, you know, YouTube videos, like what to do, tips and tricks, things I wish I knew before I started, you know, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the videos I watch is like podcasts are kind of struggling right now. And I'm like, oh, great. No, best time to do this, but it's fine. Because like the whole quarantine, people aren't commuting anymore. And a lot of people are working from home now, and that's becoming more of a permanent thing. So there's not that like 45-minute drive into work where people are listening to a podcast.
Yes. Well, that's what it's like, because you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
And so if you're not able to just like focus on what's being said. It's like, why am I listening to this right now?
Mm-hmm.
And so like when I'm doing kind of like chores around the house or things like that, like I'll put on music because it's like more of a mindless, I don't know. It takes less energy.
Like you don't have to like pay attention to what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause like sometimes I'll try to do that with a podcast too, where I'm cleaning the house, but then like they'll say something interesting. I'm like, wait, what happened? And then I have to like rewind
what was the lead up to that?
Yeah. It's kind of like a TV show, just without the visuals, I guess.
So I really just have to like lay in my bed or like sit somewhere and just like listen. And it's just kind of hard sometimes. Like I have to like be like, okay, this episode's like an hour or 30 minutes or whatever. It's like I can sit here and just do that. Right?
Yeah. That's why
I can. So it's been working fine.
That's why I like those podcasters who do video also like upload it to YouTube. I feel like they do pretty well too, because then you could just watch it like you would watch regular TV.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite there.
Yeah.
I don't know
if I'm there. Yeah.
It's just not my
one thing to like be listening to me.
Yeah, I would be like self-conscious.
Yeah. I'd be like, I'd have to like get dressed.
Yeah.
Makeup. Or like things I haven't done in months. I mean,
exactly.
I've gotten dressed. Like, don't.
Well, I mean, like right now I'm wearing pajamas,
Yeah. Well, I'm wearing my sweats and I put on a shirt. I mean, it's just a t-shirt though. It's not like fancy. But.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like I haven't washed my hair and like I don't have any makeup on. I mean, this is what I look like every day when I work. So like I have to be warned if I have to be camera ready. Because there's some meetings where like, please be ready to be on webcam.
And then I think about it too. It's like they're far enough away from me that like the screen, like hopefully they're putting you in gallery view and not speaker view. And so you're just like a little square and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you can just live your life.
Well, I like because we use Microsoft Teams, and I don't know if you know that is, but like all the other ones, you could do a background because I don't want to. Because then I also have to clean my house.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Or sit in a place that is like right up against a wall.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, ooh, we have background. So I could just like blur my background, or like the one I use a lot is I'm like out in like outer space.
Aw, that's cute. I need to try that because, well, I got like my new laptop recent
for work-ish.
I mean, yes, but also no. I just needed a new laptop. Because my old one, it was 10 years old and it was time. It was dying. But my old one it was too old that it couldn't support like Zoom's virtual backgrounds. So I didn't have the option to like try to do that.
Oh, okay.
And then since getting my new one, I haven't played with it. But yeah, so I haven't messed around with the virtual background yet. Maybe next week because I'll have some work things.
Yeah, let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, so on to topic.
Oh yeah.
So in today's episode, we're going to talk about Shannon's like traveling around the world. Or, I don't know if it's around the world, but like other parts of the world.
Other parts of the world.
Yeah, other parts of America and the world. But before we get to that, you did take the Introvert Types quiz, right?
Yes, I did. The BuzzFeed one. I haven't done the one where you have to do like the math yourself.
Yeah. They're both exactly the same, except like, if you do the one yourself, you can see where you're ranked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's I wish BuzzFeed did that because it's like, well, you already have the questions. Why don't you do the ranking also? But
yeah, that's true.
Whatever.
Because what I was reading is like, you're really a mix of all of them. So it's like, because BuzzFeed gives you like the two, I guess, that are
they give you the top two
or whatever, but it doesn't tell you like what those numbers are and like how close is third, how close is the fourth one. So I guess that would be interesting to know.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I did take that and I retook it just to just to like kind of refresh my memory and of like what they meant. Like the descriptions of them. So BuzzFeed told me that I am anxious and social introvert.
Okay. So do you agree with that though?
Yes. And like two parts of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up my web browser. Oops, that's
Okay.
because I was totally like I have them up here because I need like the definitions in front of me to like.
Yeah. Do you mind like kind of briefly explaining it once you get your web browser up?
Yes.
Just for like the people who
Where'd
don't
that
know.
go?
If you don't know, I did an introvert types episode, and it if you're an introvert, there's like 4 different types you can rank in, and some you're in higher in or lower in, and it's the acronym STAR, so it's social, thinking, anxious, and restrained.
Restrained.
So you said you're
Okay.
social and anxious, right?
Yes.
Or is your top 2? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Those were my top 2. Okay. I think it was one of the articles you linked in yours too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So social, typical definition of introversion, preference for socializing with small groups instead of large ones. Sometimes a preference for no group at all. Solitude is often preferable for those who score high in social introversion. Okay. Yeah. Prefer to stay home with a book or computer, close, small group of friends instead of large parties is kind of their example.
Mm-hmm.
And then anxious, and this is funny. So it's like, unlike social introverts, anxious introverts may seek out solitude because they feel awkward or self-conscious around other people because they're not very confident in their own social skills. Often their anxiety doesn't fade when they're all alone. This kind of introversion is defined by a tendency to ruminate, turn over in their mind. Things that might or could or already have gone terribly wrong.
Oh, geez.
So I feel like it's funny that I'm both of these, like just their little blurbs of this definition.
Yeah.
It's like they're opposite or like not totally opposite, but it's just funny how it starts like unlike social introverts, but that was like my other one that I am.
Well, I think social introverts choose to not go to parties. Like they just like solitude. Like that's their choice.
And anxious is more just, well, it's anxious being around other people.
Yeah. Like
so
they don't go because they get anxious, not like because they don't want to go.
Yeah. So I guess, I mean, yes, because I think, and it depends.
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on the situation because there's definitely like thinking. I guess I'm like trying to think of like examples in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Like what are these? So I guess one example is what party was it? It was your party. Well, it wasn't. It was like your family's party. It was at your mom's house.
Was that our wedding party?
Yeah, because it was for you and Brandon, and then your brother.
Yeah.
His wife.
Oh, so backstory on that. My husband and I eloped, and then my brother and his wife also eloped, and my mom hated that, and she got mad at us. So she hosted a wedding party and just combined our 2 weddings because we got married just a few months apart. Because we're not big party people. Like you guys know, I'm an introvert. My brother and his wife. My brother, I think, is an ambivert. To be honest, I think he's both. But his wife definitely is an introvert. So we weren't into the big like wedding. Cause like if we were going to have a wedding, no joke, like our guest list would probably be like, I don't know, 200 people, maybe even more. Who knows? There might be like family members that my mom wants to invite, like that I haven't seen since I was like 5. I don't know. So that's why we had the wedding party.
People you don't really know. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going to spend money on someone I didn't see for like 15 years or whatever it was.
Well, anyway, so that party, because obviously I was going to go because it was for you, but it was very nerve-wracking for me, or not very, but it was, I was nervous because, I was going by myself and I only knew you and Brandon, but you guys are like, co-hosts. Yeah. So that means I can't just like follow you around everywhere.
Exactly.
So it's just like things like that, like when I'm going into like unknown settings and I don't have like a wing person, a friend either meeting me there or carpooling with me is like the best case scenario, right?
Yeah. You should have invited someone. I wouldn't care.
Yeah, well, Mia was like supposed to go.
Oh yeah, I forgot. She didn't, that bitch.
but anyways, but like, so, like, because I'm not good at small talk. Whoa, crazy. But it was fun. And, it took me a while. And I think, see, now I'm trying to remember, like, but I know
because you ended up
Casey talked to me.
Yeah.
And Casey was on the show recently.
Yeah.
And she's totally easy to talk to.
I mean, she's an extrovert, like pretty much everybody at that party.
Yes, is. And then, see, now I'm going to feel bad because I can't remember names.
That's okay. There's a lot of them.
Because there was someone's girlfriend who wasn't part of your family. Like, neither of them were part of your family. They were just friends.
Maybe it's Nicole.
Maybe. Oh, yes. They have a cat. They have a cat.
Yeah, Frenchie.
Yeah. Yes. And so she was really sweet and she was really nice and we talked. And then I want to say Marie, that's my niece. Okay. But she's the same age as me. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Because I talked to her.
Oh yeah. She's easy to talk to. Or she can talk to anyone, I mean.
Yeah. Yes. So I talked with them and so it was fine. It was okay.
Yeah. See, that's kind of like the pluses, like having like all my extrovert family members, is because like they'll notice if someone is quiet or whatever and they'll just like go and talk to them. Yeah. And like try to make them feel comfortable. Especially if like you're there by yourself or you don't know anybody. Yeah. So. Yeah. So I appreciate that. And they were all very lovely people. Oh, and good. We had a good time. So even if they're not, we won't say that in this podcast. Just kidding. They're all just wonderful. All right. Hopefully no one's listening. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so I guess that's, anxious.
That'd be your anxious part, yeah.
Yeah. And like, I've done things on my own before, but it takes a lot of mental preparation because it's still like, going into an unknown. Like when I was in Boston, I went to this, what's the word? Like a conference. Oh, it's like like a smaller scale, but like a conference. So they had like a bunch of speakers throughout the day. Yeah. Because one of my favorite sociologists was there, was going to be speaking. Okay. So I was like, I need to go to this. I need to go. No one else could go with me. I needed to go. And it was, I made it there, took the T, got off the T, walked my butt over there.
What's the T?
The T is their public transport.
Oh, okay. I was like the T.
So it's the like commute, not the commuter train, but the city train.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Like it's not a bus, but it's above ground and underground. It does both. It does it all. It gets you everywhere you need to be in Boston most of the time.
Nice.
It mostly works.
Most of the time.
Well, like compared to here where we don't have that, like it's really nice to have public transportation, but it has its issues. But anyways, so, got there, sat through the thing. I really enjoyed the conference. It was really great. And then you'll never guess what I did.
Ooh, what did you do?
I talked to the sociologist.
You did.
I did. I did.
Oh, man.
I went up. I introduced myself. I had my little blurb, mentally prepared in my head of this, what I'm going to say.
Oh, good for you, Shannon.
I know. God, I was so nervous.
How funny.
But I did it. I did it. It's those things that's like, I gotta do this. I have to do this.
That's why it's kind of crazy that you did score in the anxious part, because like, this whole episode's about you traveling, and it's like, being an anxious person, like how did you even have the courage to go and travel? Because like just the Boston thing. No. So before Boston, you went to school abroad to like England.
Yes. Right? Yeah. So I studied abroad for a semester my junior year, and I went to Leeds, England.
Mm-hmm.
So that trip in and of itself, that was tough. I mean, especially when you first get there, like when you're first somewhere new, you're like, where the hell am I? How do things work?
Yeah, like how did you prepare for that?
So, I mean, okay. At the time, I was with my boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were going together, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler. We broke up when we were in England.
Fun.
Anyways, but so you know, in the preparation of it, I was going with someone, right?
Yeah. So it was less like anxiety inducing.
Yes. Yeah. Like it was still like, you know, homesickness and all of that, but it's like, okay, I have one person I know. We're going to the same area and everything. But also like with that, we had like not like a meet and greet, but like a meeting, like a preparation meeting for study abroad, like before you go off. So it's everyone who is studying abroad for like the coming year or whatever, because you can go either for the year or for fall semester, spring semester. So it's everyone who is like going and just to every place. And so, you know, we went to that little like orientation. That's the word, orientation. And so during that, they put everyone in groups of where they were going. So I was in a group with like
all the Leeds people?
Yeah, everyone who was going to Leeds. And so it was, what was there, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Maybe 5 of us. And then they also had a student who had already been to Leeds who was there to like answer questions and things like that for us.
Oh, nice.
I think there was only 5. I know there was at least 5 in our group, and it wasn't a huge group, so maybe not too much more than that. But that's where I met one of my best friends now, because she just so happened to be going to Leeds too, the same semester. And so fast forward to like when we're getting there and everything, she just so happens to be in the same apartment, I guess, as me. Like, oh, nice. She literally lived across the hall. Like, our doors were right across from each other. So, and there's like 5 people to like an apartment, I guess they're called, for their student housing. But it was just like, you know, all these coincidences. So we met at the orientation, and it's funny. So my friend's name, her name's Sarah. And we've talked about this back, like looking back too, but in our little orientation group, we both like noticed each other because we were quiet. And so like in my head, like I was like, this girl is quiet like me, like I'm gonna like her. Because it was like us, and then the other guys were boys, we're all dudes.
Oh, really?
They were all like extroverts, and they're all like just talking up, asking random ass weird questions.
Yeah, because your ex was, I feel like he was an extrovert.
Yes.
Very much so.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. And so when, you know, neither of us were talking that much, I was like, she's like me. We can be friends.
I spot a fellow introvert.
Yes. Yeah. So it was just like, it was nice, random coincidence to have her too, like actually living in my apartment, that we were like placed together, not just in the same complex, but in the same apartment. And so it was, and I got there before she did.
So you had that like little buddy.
Yeah.
Who like helped you through your anxiety.
So I think I was just there like the day before. I got in the day before she did. But so, and I mean, we became quick friends.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
So before we move on, what's that noise?
Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh no, what are you eating? Okay, it's Lexi. I thought it was her bone, because she does have like this plastic dog bone thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's good for her to chew on, or that she likes chewing on. So I thought it was that, but it was not that. Oh, Lexi.
Oh, Lexi.
Oh, Lexi, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay. Anyways.
So back to Leeds.
Back to Leeds.
So you got your little buddy, and that helped you through.
And I think that's where, like, probably more my social introvert part comes in.
Mm-hmm.
That if I'm not alone, you know, enjoying my alone time,
mm-hmm.
I like to be with my close friends.
Mm-hmm.
And being with other people helps you to do more things, or, like, you know, so it wouldn't be as scary going to things when you have your wing person.
Yeah, I get that. It's like when every time we go downtown, you know, we always carpool together, so that we're not, like, by ourselves waiting for us to, like,
yeah, because I hate showing up. Like, I don't like being the person that's, like, first to arrive.
Yeah.
I mean, the other side of, or the other part of that is just, like, and, like, you know, Sacramento's downtown is not as crazy as big cities, right?
Oh, yeah.
But
definitely.
I still don't like driving downtown. Just the fact of parking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like not knowing where I'm going to park, or not being able to find parking. Like, that gives me...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, God, where am I going to park? Am I going to be able to find parking? I mean, you always can, but it's still just like especially
struggle.
when you're going somewhere, like, new downtown, you're like, okay, I got to find it, and then I have to find parking that's hopefully close by.
Yeah.
Or close enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love, like, Uber and Lyft. I think that's such a great idea. Like, whoever created that, like, you know, props to you, man, because taxis aren't a big thing in Sacramento, because Sacramento is such a, like, you have to have a car here. It's not like New York or, like, San Francisco. Like, or people Boston. Have cars. Yeah, Boston. Like, people have cars here. They just, it's just how it is, because the light rail sucks. The bus system sucks. We don't have a subway system. Light rail only takes you to, like, it's just, like, one line.
I was gonna say it's maybe like, two lines.
I think it's 2 lines.
Like, it's not big.
Yeah, because you start from, like, Folsom.
Yeah, because there's one.
Yeah, because when you go downtown, then you split. Either go, like, North Sacramento or South Sacramento, and that's it. That's all you got. If you're somewhere in the middle, it's like, well, you gotta drive to the light rail to do the purpose.
Yeah.
But luckily, like, my husband is so generous. He always drops us off downtown.
He does. He's such a good sport.
Yeah. He's nice about it. Plus, he's very, like, because we're women, sadly to say that we have to say this, but, like, it's not exactly safe at night for us. I mean, for anybody, but, you know, particularly women. So he's always wants to make sure that we get dropped off at the proper place and then picked up, like, all of us, you know, little head count.
Yeah.
Like, Melissa here, Shannon here. So.
And then he'll take us to Jack in the Box.
Yeah. So if we're too drunk, he'll get us a burger.
Aww. I miss going out.
I know, this quarantine.
I never thought I'd say that. Well, okay, I did think I'd say that.
Yeah. I mean,
I like going out, but
it's also been a really long time since we've been out.
Yes.
Like, I don't even... When's the last time we went downtown?
Oof. I don't know. That's actually a really good question. Like, I
remember it being cold.
Okay, so it was either, like, the end of last year, maybe January?
Maybe. Or maybe, like... Oh, man. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's been
a while. I have no recollection.
Yeah. We were supposed to go out for Mia's birthday, but then we went on lockdown.
Yeah.
Such a bummer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the plans for that came in like before everything happened.
We had it planned. I had it penciled into my calendar, and we were ready. And bam, virus.
Nope.
It's like not this year, Mia. Not this year.
And then it's like for everyone else too, because now we're in August.
Yeah.
I just had my birthday.
I know. Did you do anything?
No.
Oh. I mean, what
can you do?
It
sounds so sad. I know, right? I mean, like we got takeout.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get takeout. I guess.
Yeah, and had that, and like I'm with my mom and sister, and then all of our animals. So we had dinner and stuff.
Did you have a cake?
We got dessert from the restaurant. Because they have mud pies, and I hadn't had a mud pie in so long, and it was so good.
Where did you order from?
We ordered from Buckhorn.
Ooh.
Grill. Yeah.
Did you get like a whole tri-tip?
Yes. I mean, not a whole one, but like the plate. So we got the tri-tip plate. Well, my mom and I get that like every time. I think my sister got something else at that point. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But like, it's just so good. Like everything's so good. Their cornbread is so good.
Oh, I love cornbread.
I know, same.
Mm.
So it was really good. And then I did also have two of my friends planned a not really like surprise like dessert thing. So we had a masked and distance thing just in our backyard. So my friend brought like a cake.
Oh, nice.
And so we sat outside for just like a couple hours.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah. So low key. I mean, my birthdays are usually low key anyway. I mean, this is way more low key, but. But
so what did we do last year? Didn't we do like trivia night last year?
Oh, maybe. Did we?
I think so. Or maybe was that the year before? I don't know. All these years after 21, it's like, what? How old am I?
That's why I always have to like pause and think like, wait, how old am I? Like,
yeah.
What age? Link.
Okay, so you're gonna stop? No. Hold on.
Okay.
What are you doing?
His little pitter patter.
What's on your mouth? What is that? What are you eating? What do you just eat? Jeez. Okay.
What did you just eat? Oh, that's a question, huh? That's such a dog question too. What are you eating? What's in your mouth?
He had just like a fur ball in his mouth. Oh, it could be one of his toys, actually.
Like the fluff from a toy or something?
I think so.
There's
did you just kill an animal?
Right? There's fluff all around my room right now. Like Lexi ate this like poor monkey's face off, and now there's fluff. Carnage everywhere.
Oh, jeez. Hold on, I'm gonna put Link on the computer chair next to me. Usually when that happens, he'll be quiet.
Aw. Then he's like your podcasting buddy.
Before we move on, I want to talk to you guys about Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout makes it easy for any aspiring podcaster like myself get started and get listed on all the popular podcast platforms with their easy-to-follow instructions and numerous resources. If you're thinking about starting a podcast, I highly suggest getting hosted on Buzzsprout. New podcasters get a $20 Amazon gift card when you sign up for a paid plan. Follow the link in the description to let them know I sent you and to support this show. Okay. Back in business. Are you going to be quiet now?
Back in business. We're reverting back to travel.
Yes, travel. So you went abroad.
So I'm abroad. I'm in Leeds. And then I think I went to London with a group early on. Like of us who were living in Leeds. Like we did like a weekend
to London
trip. Yes. Yeah, to London. And so that was just with everyone, people I knew. Our spring break, that's probably, the bigger travel. So that was 2 weeks. So it was very exciting.
Oh, wow. You guys got 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So my friend Sarah and I, we did spring break together. And then, so also okay, so Sarah and I are studying abroad. It's spring semester for us. And her sister, Marky, was studying abroad in London, but she had been there or was there for the year. So she had already been there in the fall. And so we were all in England for spring semester. So I met her, when I got up there too. But so she joined us for spring break our second week, just because of all the schedulings were different and everything. But so we planned our spring break, and we spent a week in Barcelona, and then we spent a week in Rome.
Wow.
Yeah. And so
That's
Barcelona was just me and Sarah. So 2 introverts in the big city.
How's that? Like, what did you guys do?
We had things planned, like activities, to do. So what did we do? So we were in a hostel, and we were right off of we were like an alleyway off of a street called, La Rambla. If you look at this up on a map, it's like kind of like it's like a pedestrian street. I can't remember if there's actual driving on it too, but it's like a tourist location. Lots of vendors on it and street performers. And you can walk into the city, or you walk the other way and you're walking to the beach. But it's, a main drag for just all that stuff. So we were our hostel was an alleyway off of that street.
Okay.
And I think the first day, we fly in, we get in a taxi cab, doesn't speak English. I know limited high school Spanish, but it's Barcelona, so they don't speak
a different
Spanish.
Accent.
Yeah. Because it's cattle. I don't know. It's not like Spanish.
Yeah.
It's similar enough. And I don't know. So that was an adventure on its own, that it's can you take us here? Trying to, communicate that.
Yeah.
But we made it, and it was all fine. No, nothing, no bumps.
Yeah.
But so our first day, we just wandered. We literally just went out on the street and started walking, right? And it was nice. Literally, that's all we did. We just picked
walked
a direction
around
and started walking, and we're like, oh God, I hope we can find our way back.
Oh, geez.
We did. We were safe. We made it back.
Oh, good.
But that's I think that's all we did day one.
It was just walk.
Yeah. Well, because it's you just get in. It was long-ish flights, and just traveling is tiring. So we didn't do much. And then we had a city tour, a walking tour that we did. And those are nice. And that was they're all I think everything we did was kind of a pre-planned, either we paid for it ahead of time or we knew where to go to do it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And you're not guessing.
Yes. And that's why I'm I like to, kind of go with the flow or whatever, but I also like to have an idea of what we're doing.
Yeah.
To have that schedule to be okay,
somewhat
I'm doing
planned.
this today. Yeah. I can't just go and be totally we could do anything, because then you could do anything and you're okay, well, what do I do? There's too many things, or I don't know. And so I feel I have to be semi-planned in what's going to happen. So we had a city walking tour. One of the days we went to the zoo.
The zoo, in Spain? In Barcelona?
Yeah, in Barcelona. So we went to the zoo. And I really like that because I like animals. And then after that, we tried to find this museum, and it was like the chocolate museum or something like that, and we couldn't find it.
No.
We were walking around forever because we were like, this is the address, like this is where we are, and we could not find it. So we did not go to the chocolate museum, which was a bummer, but what can you do? We did our best. But it was just so funny because we're like, we're here. Like, this is where it's supposed to be, right? So we have no idea.
I wonder if there's like people, like, I wonder if that's a common thing. Like, people go there and they think it's the chocolate factory or museum or whatever. Uh-huh. And like the residents are just like, oh, great. Another like stupid Americans.
Right.
Trying to go to the chocolate museum.
oh yeah, but yeah, so I mean that was like its own little just like fun silly like adventure.
Yeah.
We had a lot of gelato on our trip, just for both weeks too, for Barcelona and Rome. We had gelato every day, at least once a day.
That sounds good right now.
It was amazing.
I remember that like became a thing for some reason. Like everyone's like, you have to have gelato. Gelato. Go to the gallery and get some gelato.
I still don't like, off the top of my head, I don't know what the difference is between gelato and ice cream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know there's a difference, but yeah. I'd have to look it up. But regardless, like, gelato is really freaking good.
It is good. It really is. It's just so funny because I remember there's like a phase everyone was going through. Mm-hmm. And like when the Galleria got like that gelato place, everyone's like, oh my God, we have to go.
Gelato.
Yeah.
Well, like, you know, it's Italian, it's fancy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like very posh. And it's only at the Galleria.
Ooh,
Roseville. They're where the rich live. It really isn't though. No, like it's just all middle class people.
Like upper middle class.
Yeah. It's not like
let's be honest, like it's no Granite Bay, but Roseville's a nice area.
It is. It really is. I mean,
and I guess probably the Galleria area. Like they just have so many.
So I can't afford like 80% of what's in the Galleria. Let's I go to like Forever 21 and H&M. The cheaper stores.
The cheaper stores. Aw. Haven't been
there in a minute. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So I just don't like the mall in general.
Yeah.
So that's why. Not because of this pandemic.
Oh, funny. Okay. So I'm getting my head back around. Yes. So we're in Barcelona for the week. We survived it.
Ooh.
Honestly, like right now, I can't remember anything else that we did.
It's okay. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a few years. I do remember, and it's so funny because it's like we would walk down to the beach, right? Mm-hmm. And one of like the food vendors there was just like, I mean, I think he had like other food too, but like he sold hot dogs. And so we would just like go down there, two little American girls having some hot dogs on the beach. And it was really amazing though.
Mm-hmm. It's just funny because like of all the things you can eat in Barcelona,
I know.
We're going to get hot dogs.
We ate other things too. Like, don't get me wrong. But like neither of us had hot dogs in so long. And so we just like, it was like lunchtime or whatever. And we're like, just like, okay, let's go get some hot dogs, right? And we're like, these are so good.
Are they like, is there anything like different from them versus like an American dog? No,
they were not special. They were just hot dogs. They were just hot dogs, but it was just like probably one of those things, we hadn't had them in years. It was familiar. And so it was just something that was like, oh, it's nice.
It's like a little taste of home.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we had like, we did something else. We signed up for this. It was a tapas and flamenco thing. Like we watch people do flamenco, like we do flamenco. But so it was just a night, like, you know, a little group or whatever, tour group. So you go watch the show and then have tapas, which is Spanish. What are tapas? Like appetizer foods? Like shared.
Oh, sorry, Link just hit his head.
I can't tell you exactly.
Tapas.
But because there are like a bunch of different things. Like tapas encompasses a bunch of things. A bunch of different foods. So like one of the things I had was patatas bravas. Am I saying that right? I feel like I'm forgetting all of these words and I'm like not convinced I'm pronouncing them right or saying them right. But it's just like potatoes with spicy sauce on them. Oh my God, they're so good.
There's a tapas place downtown, actually, but never been to it.
I think I have once.
So tapas are traditionally, they are small savory dishes, snacks, or appetizers of Spanish cuisine. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I was there. I was
small
there. Okay.
Plates.
Yes. I'm gonna Google it too. Tapas. But yeah. So patatas bravas. Okay. I'm gonna Google that right now. Oh my God. Okay.
Patatas.
There it is. Patatas bravas dish. And it's just so fun to say. Like they're little, so it's like cubed potatoes.
With sauce on top.
Yeah. Is a dish native to Spain, often served as a tapa in bars. Typically consists of white potatoes that have been cut into irregular cubes of about 2 centimeters, then fried in oil and served warm with a spicy sauce.
Irregular cubes are 2 centimeters. That's very specific, but okay.
That's just like Google's, you know, when you first Google something and it comes up on the side.
That's funny though. 2 centimeters, like, not 1, not 3.
Not 3.
2.
Well, you know, they're bite size.
Yeah, I get that. It's funny.
It is. It's funny. But like, it's just like so simple, but it was so freaking good. So yummy. Yeah,
that's like the best part traveling is eating.
Is eating. Yeah. Yeah. I know we had like other food, but this is like one of the things that just stood out to me. I think part of it is because like it was really good, but also the name is just so fun to say. But yeah, okay. So that was Barcelona.
Was Spain.
Yeah. Ooh. And it was really nice and I'd love to go back and just do a little tour, do all of Spain. Mm-hmm. It was really nice. So just little background, or you know, something that just like made me feel good. So what am I, like a 4th Spanish?
Oh, are you?
Like Spain Spanish? Yeah. And so it was like one of those things, like we were walking down the street one day and someone comes up to us like and is asking us a question in Spanish and Catalan. What's the link? I'm Googling again. Sorry.
That's okay. I can hear it.
Yeah, Catalan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
I have no clue.
Yeah, it's not a dialect of Spanish, but a language developed independently.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I think
so. That's what like they speak there also. Because I mean, they also know Spanish, but whatever. Where was I going with this? Sorry,
you're part Spanish.
Oh yes, okay. Sorry, my train just like, whew. But so no, someone was asking us questions, and we're like, sorry, we don't know. And they're like, oh, we thought you were from here, you know. And so I was like, oh,
so you look Spanish.
Yeah, right. Or it was one of the things like, oh, it looks like I could, you know, be from here. And it was just one of those things that just like warmed my heart, or you know, it's like, oh,
you didn't look like
my heritage
tourist.
Yeah, we didn't stick out, like at least at that point or that moment.
How interesting.
Yeah,
because I'm part Spanish actually.
Okay.
My great grandma was, I think, full Spanish because she spoke Spanish, something like that. I don't remember. My dad said something about that when I was younger. I was like, oh, cool. Is that why my brother has curly hair? It's not straight like every other Asian.
Get a little Spanish curl in there.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. My mom's really into genealogy.
Mm-hmm.
And so she, done a lot of research. Like she's been doing it since she was like a kid.
Okay.
Like a long time. So like her family, and then also like my dad's side too, when the time came.
Yeah.
When they were married.
Yeah.
So like from my mom's side, I'm English and Swiss.
Okay.
And then from my dad's side is the Spanish, French, and German.
So just
and that's
all
where,
white. Just
yes, I am all white. All white girl. All European. But that's where my last name is German.
Ebler?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that was German.
Yeah. Me neither for a while. I don't remember when I learned it was German. Actually, it might have, well, no, I might have known before. But in Leeds, one of the, so like a student who was studying abroad, he was studying abroad from Holland. But so when he heard my last name, he's like, oh, you're German, or that's German, because it's, more popular. Like in Germany than it is here, but he like was able to recognize right away like where that is from.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because I've never heard Ebler before. You're like the only Ebler I know. Yeah,
besides family, I haven't met anyone with my last name.
You have like a unique last name.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I'm fond of it.
It's not like me. Like there's like thousands of us, like just in the Philippines. Like, there's not a whole lot of like people don't share my name necessarily here in America. There's not like a lot of them, but if you like put my name into Facebook, they're just like all in the Philippines, just like Manala's everywhere.
I should do that. Try to look up Upwork.
Sure, look up your name. Yeah.
You're like, is there anyone out there?
I haven't met. Oh, I think I did meet a Melissa once with a Z.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was like in Chinatown in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah. She like worked with my dad. And I remember I was really little. And I just remember seeing her for the first time because she had like the little name tag because she worked like at the hotel. And I was like, oh, your name is spelled with a Z too? Me too. Like,
Aww. That's so cute.
It was just like so cool to see because you see like names on like magnets and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you never see
all the SSA.
Yeah, exactly. So when I actually saw my name like on print, like engraved in something, I was like, oh my God, another one.
Another one. There's another one. Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah. I like my name. I like how it looks like aesthetically. Anyways, so after Barcelona.
So then so we flew to Rome.
Okay.
And we met up with her sister Marky. And so it was 3 of us for, I don't know, a couple days, because the rest of like by then like our kind of like group of friends who like lived in the same complex in Leeds, they were also doing their spring break, so they were coming to Rome also. And so I can't remember how many days like we were there like by ourselves, like when these other people showed up. I don't know, but we did meet up with other people for at least like a day or two.
Okay.
Yeah. But Rome was a really cool city. And I talked about how I listened to that one podcast about historical people or whatever. So like I just really like history, right? The history of everything. And so walking around Rome is just like history after history after history. Like everywhere you turn is like an old this, There's, a statue, there's a church, there's a plaza thing. There's the Spanish Steps, there's the Colosseum.
Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome. Because I took like art history and I loved art history. It was so fascinating. And I don't know, maybe someday I can go to Rome.
I mean, it was a really cool city.
Yeah,
like
I bet.
I think one of the first, maybe not the first day, but maybe the second, I don't know, early on, like, and I think we probably went other times too, but, went to the Trevi Fountain. We did our whole, like, did you ever see the Lizzie McGuire movie?
Yes.
Okay, so we watched that, right, in preparation for our trip to Rome.
God.
But,
I love
so
that movie.
right? Okay, Lizzie McGuire's good, you guys.
Go watch it. It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I just watched it not too long ago.
I might have to watch it soon. But like, it's so good. So, we went to the Trevi Fountain. We did our, we wished in it. And then in the movie, they get gelato there. And so like from the angles, it was like when you're facing the Trevi, the gelato place that they went to in the movies, like to the left. And so we went to like the gelato place, or,
So it's actually there.
Yes. I mean, there is a gelato place like right there, and it was to the left. So we got gelato.
Oh,
obviously.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
But so we just had our little Lizzie McGuire, like.
Well, it's so funny.
Right. And they gave good servings too.
Ooh.
Like
good American serving.
Yeah. American sized.
That's like the first thing my aunt and uncle, when they came from the Philippines, they noticed is like all our servings here are huge. Like massive. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So this place, I mean, they were on cones, and it was like maybe like 2 scoops or whatever, but like it was just really good too. It was just yummy. Gelato. Oh, I miss it. I do. Yeah.
So is the gelato here different from the gelato there?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. Okay. I'd have to like try them again. Like it's been a long time since I had like gelato. And then I haven't had gelato here in a long time either.
Yeah.
So
because I wonder if it'll taste different, or like maybe it tastes different in Italy or wherever, like in Europe, because you're in Europe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I want to say there must be a difference in taste just because of like what we would put into gelato making.
Yeah, like the ingredients and stuff.
Yeah. So I feel like, yes, but I also, that would be fun. Let's go travel and just taste test all the gelato.
Taste test all the different ice cream.
Yeah. God, I'm hungry. Okay.
I know.
Anyways, but yeah. So, and Rome was nice. So, and again, with people, with friends, close friends.
So you were never like in a huge group?
No.
Always small groups.
Yeah. So yeah, Barcelona was just me and Sarah, and that was mostly just because Marky's spring break started a week after ours. And so her first week was Rome.
Oh, got it.
So it was like us 3 in Rome. And then she spent her second week, I think it was just back with us in Leeds.
Okay.
If I'm remembering right.
So she didn't go to the same school you guys did?
No. So her school was in London. It wasn't city center. It was like outside a little bit.
Okay.
What is she? I think it was Middlesex is where she went. Ooh, I want to say Middlesex because there's like 3 schools in England for our program to study abroad. Because there was like Oxford Brookes, not Oxford Brookes.
Not this prestigious one.
Yeah. And I don't think Sac State has ties to Oxford.
The cheaper like state one. Not the UC, but the CSU.
Yeah. Oh, funny. But yeah, so I think Middlesex is where she went. Oxford Brookes was another one that was London area at least, and then Leeds.
Okay.
And Leeds, just to know where it is. So it's more northern England and kind of like center-ish of UK.
So why'd you pick Leeds over the other ones?
Oh, why did I pick Leeds over the other ones? That's a good question. Actually, I think I did pick it because it was kind of central to the
Okay.
UK in general, just for like traveling's sake.
Mm-hmm.
That
So you could
everything
like go
is
visit other
gonna,
places.
yeah, that it from Leeds, everything would be about the same distance.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I was
Yeah.
so
I mean,
sad
that
when
must
you
have been at
left.
least one reason.
That was a
Aww.
lonely semester. I was
Aww.
like, man, I have to make new friends. I'm
Friends.
just like, because I don't think it was just you out of my friends that left that year, too. I feel like there's other people. I can't remember. There's just like something specific about that year, like everyone.
He was doing something.
Yeah, or I think some people just left Sac State too, like in general.
In general.
Yeah.
Aww.
And I don't really make friends. They come to me. Like I don't go to them.
Yes.
So.
It's actually, thinking about that, because like that's such a like, I let people come to me. Like I'm not the approacher. So it's like, how did Sarah and I become friends if we're both like...
Yeah, I know. That's why I kind of wonder. I was just talking to my sister-in-law yesterday, and we were trying to figure out like I was trying to figure out how I became friends with you, because we shared a class together. Yeah. But like we both, I don't remember if like one of us approached each other or we just made eye contact and we're like, hey, you went to the same high school as I did,
Right. And then it just took off from there. Yeah. That's actually, how, because I remember, because it was freshman seminar.
Yes.
And I remember, I don't know if it was actual day one or just early on, but you were wearing the BV, like the class sweatshirt.
Was I really? Oh, yes. How cringy. I'm going to sport my high school sweatshirt. Because it's like their 50th birthday or whatever.
Yeah, like anniversary or whatever.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know. I mean, I feel like that, I probably noticed that first. And then looked at you and was like, oh, she's, well, obviously we're in the BV sweatshirt, so you went to BV. Or, I mean, I guess not technically, you wouldn't have had to, but, and then, I probably looked at your face.
Yeah. Well, I know we made like eye contact, but we didn't say hi to each other. I just remember we made eye contact and smiled.
I think so too. Okay. Like we didn't talk right then. It wasn't like I walked into class and saw you wearing a sweatshirt and went right up to you. Like that did not happen.
Yeah. I do remember you were wearing green. It was like
probably
a lime green tank top or something. I don't know if it's not lime green, like a green apple.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't know if I would wear lime green. That wouldn't look great.
Yeah, not lime green. Sorry. No offense. Green, you're like a little too white for that.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't pull off lime green. My greens have to be a little darker, more olivey.
That's funny that we remember what we wore.
Yeah, I know what each other wore. Oh, that's so cute. You know what? I'm thinking about it more, and I'm wondering because Amy Lane, was in our class too, and I feel like she could have known or was talking to both of us, and then maybe one of us was like, "Oh yeah, I think we went to high school together."
Okay. Oh yeah.
I feel like she could have been part of our link.
She was like, she was the link because she was my friend first, because I think we did like a partner thing. Okay, you know how you do partner stuff. I think we were friends first.
Okay, I think you're right, because then I must have, because I remember learning that Amy lived in the same dorm as me freshman year.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would go to her dorm all the time.
Yes.
And then we like became friends that way.
Which I think so funny.
Because she's an extrovert for sure. Like she is just always the one that like initiates conversations, and she's like the one that gets people together, and she's just like this little ray of sunshine. And I think she's the one that brought us together. So we didn't even interact with each other. She brought us together. So funny. Okay, I remember now. I totally forgot about Amy. Oh,
aww.
She's such a little cutie.
I think she's still in Texas.
I think so.
I think she's living in Texas, living her best life.
Yeah. I know, because I remember like she bought a house there, and I was like, what? I'm so like at Chipotle. How did you buy a house?
Right?
Or something. Yeah. It's like, dang, because Texas is pretty cheap.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys meet? Because were you both doing like photography?
That's how I wasn't doing photography, but that's how we became friends, because I was like really into photography.
You were into it too, and she was majoring in it.
She was majoring it, yeah. And then she was the photographer at a concert that I went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was so jealous because as a photographer, you get to be like in front of everyone. So there's like the crowd, and then they have like that little fence. Then there's like a little area for the photographers, and then
for
the
press
stage. Yeah. And so she was like on the press line, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. And then I remember seeing her. I was like, Amy!
Oh, that's
I was
so
like,
funny.
oh my God, this is my favorite band. How'd you get there? But I was so jealous. I was like, how'd she get to do that? But it's because she
shot a lot of shows. Yeah.
She even shot some bands. I think she shot like a band from our high school too. But I forgot which band.
Yeah. No. Yes. Because maybe I saw it like via Facebook or something.
Yeah.
But she was Facebook friends with
was it the Templetons?
Yes, I think so. Like Jamie Templeton and Alex Katarabik.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what? You know them? I was like,
yeah. I was like, how do you know these dumbos? Just kidding. But really, I was like, I guess they were doing a photo shoot.
Yeah.
Was it doing a photo shoot for them? Which is interesting. I wonder, I don't think they got very far though. I don't hear them anywhere.
I don't know. I don't know what their band name was. I don't know.
It's Green Light District, because we watched for some reason we were watching BVTV. Oh, because they were like interviewing. They still are on YouTube, BVTV. Okay. But I think they're like called something else, or someone bought them, or I don't know, whatever, however it worked. And they still like do interviews for people. And we were like, wait, like this is still like a thing. Like they still interview bands. And then, but they still kept all the YouTube videos from like when they first started, when we were in high school. Okay. And we were like, oh my God. Like, what's his name? Evan something?
Simpson?
Yeah.
That's the only Evan I can think of right now.
So he was like the host at the time.
Okay.
So all his videos are in there. I think so. I think that's his name. Okay. All his videos are still on there on YouTube. And I was like, dang, these are relics.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. But, crazy. Okay, that little tangent. That was fun.
Down memory lane.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I wonder how many... I'm not friends with a lot of people from high school, so I doubt they'll listen to this. Maybe they will. I don't know.
Who knows?
Hey, if you're listening in, you know.
Hi.
DM me.
Slide into my DMs.
If you want to get on the podcast, you know, let's talk.
Hit me up. Yeah. Let's talk. You're so funny. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll share this on my social media.
Yeah, you should.
I did a thing.
Yeah, I went on a podcast with like, I think I'm like at 50 listeners.
Oh, hi everyone.
Yeah, so like there's 50 people listening to me. A lot of it, I'm sure, like friends and family, but there's other strangers.
But still, you don't know 50 people.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, other than family, but I don't think they're all listening.
They're not all the same. So it's some other people too.
Yeah, I have a few listeners like outside the country too, like a couple of them, which is interesting.
Hello, outside listeners. That's
Hello,
exciting.
non-Americans.
Non-Americans.
We're not all bad. No, just kidding. There's always that stigma about Americans for some reason. Yeah. Hold on, Link's barking.
Okay.
Link. Okay, I guess he's stopping. I don't know.
At least for now.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gearing back towards what we're talking about.
Yeah. So after you studied abroad, where is that like when did you go to Boston? Did you travel between then and Boston?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, I do just want to, before we leave,
before we leave England.
Yeah, before we leave England. Because I did do, and I think I texted you this too, but I did do 2 solo trips when I was in England. And they were just like both weekend trips. Mm-hmm. But I had to do them by myself.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That gives me anxiety.
Right.
I mean, at least you know the language, so that's a plus.
Right. And they were the first, and I think they were just like weekend, like back-to-back weekends too, is how it ended up being scheduled and everything. But I went to Edinburgh, so Scotland. Mm-hmm. And then the next weekend I went to Cardiff, Wales.
Okay.
Yes.
That's where Link is from. Well, not him personally.
but like his breed.
No, Link is from Sacramento.
Sacramento.
He's American.
Oh. But yeah, so I did those 2 trips.
How was that?
They were good. So it was kind of like when I was talking earlier when I did that little conference thing of like, I'm here, like I need to do this. Mm-hmm. And it's funny in the like, I guess kind of funny, but also like, kind of way of like, I was supposed to go with people for both of these trips. And then it just didn't, work out. It didn't pan out. Mm-hmm. And so it was like just me being like, I need to still go, right? Mm-hmm. I can't not go just because no one can come with me. Mm-hmm. Like when am I going to be able to do it again? Who knows? Like I haven't been able to go back to England yet. So
yeah, good point.
Like it's been years since this. So it's like, I need to do this. So I did it.
Yay.
I'm here to tell the tales. They're not like exciting tales, right? But I mean, I had a good time. It was fine. It was weird though, because it was probably the most I haven't talked to people in a long time. Mm-hmm. And it was just, it was a weekend. So I think there was like, the 3-ish days.
Okay.
So it was just like, I didn't talk to people.
Interesting. So it's just like
I talked to the people like I had to talk to, but I wasn't like socializing, talking to people really. Yeah.
It sounds kind of nice actually.
Yeah. Like it was kind of weird too in the like, and I don't know if other introverts kind of feel this way too, but of like feeling like, should I be talking to people? Do other people notice I'm not talking to them and they think I'm weird? Like,
yeah,
do
that's
I
your anxious introvert talking.
Yes, it is. And it's so it's like, do I need to talk to them? And it's like, well, no, I don't. I really don't, because I don't need these people to be on my little trip.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're not why I'm there.
Yeah. But there's like this slight obligation for some reason to socialize.
Yes. Well, that's like, mini tangent of like, I think maybe I messaged you a little bit about this too, but the best example I can think of is like car rides.
Yeah.
So being in the car of like, I am perfectly fine with silence. and not
Yeah.
talking in the car. Like I like to have the radio on because then it's not as weird, I guess.
Yeah.
But like some people, you know, need to fill the void.
Yeah.
Like, and like when I'm with my friends, you know, it's like we'll have conversations like it's fine or whatever. But sometimes if there's a lull, like I don't feel like I need to fill that lull.
Yeah. Like it's not a big deal. Like,
Yeah. But sometimes in my head, I'm like, do I need to fill this void?
yeah.
Like, are they like fine? Like, and then I'm like, why am I trying to cater to this other person? Or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why do I feel like I need to do that? Like, I'm fine in the silence. It should be fine. But I'm worried about like, is it weird?
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Because I'm totally fine with like silence too. Like it's not a big deal to me, but I feel like it's a big deal to other people.
Yes.
Like I need to entertain them.
Yes. And it's car. Like, but why is it on me? Like, why am I so worried about that?
Yeah. Because like if they want it, then they should talk.
Then they should be the one. Like, I don't have anything to say. If you have something to say, like, okay.
Yeah.
That's great. But yeah, I'm so weird. Like, it's like, oh, we're not talking. Do they think it's weird? Are they like, oh, no one's talking? But
I know. Sometimes.
But yeah, so that was kind of, you know,
yeah.
In Edinburgh too, it's like, do I need to? It's like, well, no, I don't need to. If I'm fine not talking to people, that's how it is.
Yeah, exactly. Because were you like in a tour bus or something, or just in public transport?
So it was public transport up there. Just a coach, a bus, fancier bus up there. And so, you know, got up there, made my way. I stayed in hostels both in Edinburgh and in Cardiff. And it's like, I don't, like there weren't, like people were out and about. Like when I remember Edinburgh too, like when I got to my room, like, you know, no one was there. So it wasn't like, oh, hello, I'm also staying in this room, or, you know. So it's just like people are, you know, out doing their thing. And that, I think that's also kind of a culture of hostels, of people are doing their own things. And I guess maybe if I were there like a longer time than probably like the 2 nights or whatever, then maybe you're seeing these people more, and then you might want to say something, but I don't know. I wasn't, you know, both of these trips were short. So, yeah. But yeah. And then, so these trips also, like both of them, I had planned. Like, you know, like this is what I'm doing this day, this day, this day. Like I have these activities that I'm doing to like stay busy. And I think that, at least for me, that helps me too. Yeah. Yeah. And like I said before, like I'm a planner. I like to plan, have at least a general idea of what I'm doing. Yeah. And like, you know, I have these plans, but I could do whatever I wanted, which is also a nice thing of like solo or even just like a smaller group. Like you can do whatever you want, right? Yeah. You don't really have to stick to a schedule, really. Or, you know, it's a give and take of it. Yeah. But yeah, Edinburgh was, I mean, England, UK in general too, but just like the drive up, like, it's just so pretty there. It's so green. And I remember little lambs and sheep on the hills. Oh, like that
sounds nice.
Right. Like, and it was just so pretty. Like the best way I can describe it is it was green because they get, you know, rain. Yeah. Yeah, unlike it's here. Wet or there. Yeah. But so it's just like you know, it's just really pretty.
That sounds like a very peaceful and relaxing trip.
Yeah, it was. Because I think, was it the first thing I had like planned? I did like I don't know. I can't remember. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But I did like a city bus tour, right? So it must have been one of the first things I did. So I think I did this bus tour, and it's one of those ones that I think it is technically like a hop on, hop off, but I stayed on the whole time just to like get the lay of the land. Yeah. You know, like see everything. Yeah. So did that, and you know, it has like an audio thing to it. So listening to all of that. So did that, saw some sights of the city. So at like the last, you know, the end or the last drop off point or whatever. So got off there, and you're like in the city center, and it's, let me Let me do some Googling because it's like the Prince's Monument. Edinburgh. Scott Monument. Okay, it's not Princess, but Prince's Street.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't remember what the Scott Monument is exactly, like who it is or why it's there. But it's like this big park, right?
Yeah.
So it's this big long park in like the middle of the city, and just flowers and grass and people lounging out, enjoying the weather. And I walked through that because at the end of it or whatever is the castle, is Edinburgh Castle.
Mm-hmm.
And so I, walked through that, and then I went to the castle and I had myself a little castle tour.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it was. It was really nice. I can't, remember too much, but because it's up, on a big cliff. I don't know if you know what
the
castle looks like. But so like when I was down like in the park area, so it is up on a hill from the park view. So, it's up, protected.
Yeah.
Good vantage point for a castle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But so it was very pretty. Very pretty. And good when you get up there too, good views of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's nice. I've always, I've told this to you, but like, I live vicariously through you because you've done so, like, just even the study abroad, like, I was never in a position that I could do that, like, financially. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool, like, seeing your pictures and, like, when you came back home and, like, we were talking about it and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I was like, oh my God, it's like a fairy tale.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely, lucky enough to have done the traveling and everything that I've done. Huh.
And then like,
not everyone can do that.
Yeah.
And I've not traveled a whole lot. Like I'm not some avid traveler.
Yeah. It kind of all started from then though. Cause like after that, then you moved across the country for school. Mm-hmm. Like, Shannon's leaving me again.
I know, right? Oh, I left you again. And not time for longer, too.
Yeah.
I mean, at least, like, it was 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. But you came home for the break.
Yes. Yeah, I came home for breaks. So I was home for, like, the winter break and for summers. So it was, like, a couple months at a time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, like, a solid 2-year engagement.
Yeah. So I still got to see you when you came back.
Yes. For like your birthday, and then I'd leave.
Yeah, exactly. Happy birthday, bye, bitch.
Oh, funny.
I was not shocked, but like, I was like, man, I don't know if I could do it. Like people do it all the time where they just up and leave and like goes somewhere completely different, but I don't know if I can do that. Like that seems like I've moved a lot in my lifetime, but they're always not that far away from each other. Like it's all been in California.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. That was Luna.
Oh.
She's actually sitting on my lap right now, so you can probably hear her a little better. But okay. I don't know what they're reacting to. Kenzie, are you okay? She's like laying down, just kind of like, weirdo.
The listeners are probably like, wait, how many? Because you said Lexi earlier.
I know.
Then Luna. Yeah. No, Kenzie.
Luna and Kenzie. So I have, 3 dogs are in my room with me right now. And they're all being well behaved for the most part.
You only have 1 cat, right?
I have 1 cat. The house has 2 cats.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yes, we are a full house. But so my sister has a cat and 2 dogs.
Okay.
And then I have a cat and a dog. And then I guess Kenzie and Luna are like, I don't know, the family ones, my mom's, quote unquote. I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, so
so they're everyone's. But so Lexi is mine.
Okay. I was gonna say,
And
I was like,
Sophie
wait,
is
what?
9. Yeah. Well, it's like weird because like we're all here together.
Yeah. So
Especially right now.
additional to like Lexi, Luna, and Kenzie, your sister also has other
Mhm.
dogs?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I know.
So there's 5 dogs.
Yes. And so it's like, yeah, we have anywhere between the 3 to 5 dogs at our house. Just
Mhm.
because, I mean, they've been here for a while, but they do also stay with my sister's fiance.
Mhm.
So they're, yeah, right now they've been here for a while, but they do also stay with him
Mhm.
because he is quarantined with his family.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
So,
she's just there because she can't go to school right now,
yes.
right? Because they're all,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Her
all the
school's
schools are on
online.
lockdown.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So she is staying here. So the dogs like kind of come, their 2 dogs come between the house.
Okay.
But we have like the bigger yard and stuff like that. So it's nice for them sometimes to go out and stretch their legs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's busy. We have a lot
Yeah.
going on.
That's a lot of dogs.
It's a lot of dogs. They're all really cute, and they all have their quirks though too. So
Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah. Yep.
All right.
Okay, but dog tangent.
Yeah. It's okay. It's not an episode without a tangent.
Right.
Tangent or so.
We've had our couple
Yeah.
tangents. But yeah. Okay, so yeah,
Boston.
did Scotland, did Cardiff. And those I kind of like, those are like the same. Like, solo trips. I challenged myself. That's what, stepped out of my comfort zone. I still went. It was fine. And I had a good time. But
that's the most important part.
Yes. But yeah. And then, so I went to Boston in summer of 15.
Oh, so it was right after. Oh, no. Just kidding.
It was like,
I graduated after everybody.
Yeah.
I forgot. I was that one. I was the solo one.
Because I was studying abroad spring of 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had 3 more semesters when I came back because I graduated winter of 14.
Yeah.
So then I went to Boston fall of 15. So I had that spring semester off, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I graduated in the middle.
I always forget about that because all my friends graduated and I graduated fall of 15. Okay. Which sucks because we're all in like the humanitarian like majors,
Humanities.
Or what did I say? Humanities.
Humanitarian.
Yeah, humanities major. And so like if I did graduate on time, like I was planned to, we could have like at least graduated the same day.
Yeah.
Like together. And I was like, man, I'm all alone. I mean, I did walk with some of my classmates though. So I wasn't like completely alone, but they weren't like my OG like college friends.
Yeah.
Because they all graduated before I did.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I still got my degree. It's all good.
Yeah.
That's 5 years ago.
It's all good. Oh, funny. But yeah. So Boston, summer of 15. Or it was like August.
Yeah.
So it was like this time, well, like a couple of days ago, this time, like 5 years ago. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Oh, that's so crazy.
I know. So long ago.
Yeah.
So why did you choose Boston?
So I chose Boston because I think it was, I had been there before. That's like the short version, right? I had been there before. I think I was there for like a week-ish. Summer, just after freshman year of high school.
Oh, okay.
And so that was just, a little trip. And I just really liked it. I just really liked Boston. So when it came to applying for grad schools, Boston was somewhere I looked at. So I was like, it's 2 years. It's a good chance to try somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right. And how, might as well go to the other coast.
Yeah. Try it out.
Try out the East Coast. See how that is. Huh.
So which coast is better?
Okay, I prefer the West Coast.
Okay.
And like, I feel honestly a lot of that has to do, it has to do just with like the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like most of my family is out over here, at least West Coast, and I have family like in the Southwest, right? So close-ish. Most of my friends are here. Another part of that, it's silly, but like it was the weather.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a deal breaker for me.
Like living, and I guess like I lived in the snow in Leeds too, because it did snow there. Like when we were there, because we went in like January and stuff. But like Boston, it was really like living in the snow is tough. Like dealing with living in the snow. And like my roommates and I had it, pretty easy in the sense that like we didn't have cars, so we didn't have to shovel out cars. Our landlord shoveled the sidewalks and everything. So like we didn't have to like do snow maintenance, right? Yeah. But beyond like the first day of snow where it's like, oh, it's pretty and fresh. Yeah. And pretty. Like day 2 is like it's slushy and dirty and dangerous.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I'm just like, and it's like, I don't mind like the cold.
Yeah.
Like, I actually love the cold. But I think like, I don't know, maybe I need to try out like the Northwest coast. Yeah. Cause like maybe more rainy and overcasty than snow like is more my Oregon. Speed. Yeah. Yeah. Like I love Oregon. Maybe do that. But just like, I don't know. Snow is pretty. It'd be fun, visiting, going to the snow. But like living in the snow, man, that was that was a different experience. Yeah. Like just like snowstorms and everything. And like I don't think because there was that, I think it was like the year before, or maybe 2 years before, like I went to Boston, but there was that big storm on the East Coast that like knocked out power in like a bunch of cities, and people were like snowed into their house because it was like feet high and stuff like that. I can't remember what the storm was called. But so like we didn't have anything of that. Like we would get, like we never lost our power or anything. Like we didn't get like super bad snowstorms or anything like that. So that was, good. Yeah. Nice for us. But yeah, snowman.
Yeah. I've heard like horror stories about the snow, because I love the snow too, but I've never lived in it. But when my dad, when he came to America, they went to New York. So my dad's a New Yorker. And he said he hated it. He said he'll never live in the snow ever again. And he still like, he had like all his snow gear still, like he had like boots that are like knee high and his trench coats and all this stuff. And he said it's like the absolute worst to have a car there because you have to like, shovel all the time. And it's to the point like when we were younger, he like hardly ever took us to the snow. It's like PTSD from living in New York or something.
And so luckily I don't have that, right? Like I can still I would still enjoy going to the snow for the day or whatever. But yeah. And then the other weather is the humidity. And I know I've talked to you about this before, but like, oh my God, I hate the humidity so much. And like, I get it, right? If you live there and you live in humidity, like you adjust to it, right? You get used to it.
You acclimate to it, yeah.
But I didn't, And so it's like being in Boston, like, got there in the summer and like, sure, like they get like 80s, maybe 90s or whatever, but like it's fucking humid. So you're just like walking around drenched in sweat. Or I am, I'm there like in my tank top and shorts, just like sweating. And everyone else is like in their business attire, their long pants and their sleeves, and they're fine. And I'm like, you're fucking crazy. How are you all not dying? But that's because they live there. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of humidity. Like,
yeah,
I like our dry heat out here.
Mm-hmm. Like I can stand it better.
Yes.
Here.
Yeah. Like I just hate the sticky, like wetness you feel.
You're like constantly showering in your own sweat and like, I don't know. Ugh, I hate it.
It's just like, yeah. And it seems like, it's just like funny. It's just like, no, man, the weather. Yeah. The weather, man. It's like, give me my 100 degrees and like no humidity. It's better than and all of
seriously. Because I was in Miami earlier this year and I was like, how can anyone live here? Why do people move here?
Why do people come here?
It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's very beautiful, but like, man, I just felt so sticky and gross and like I did not like it. I was like, I am ready to go home.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and that's it. Yep. And that's why it's like when, come time for like my programs ending and everything, it's like I didn't want to look for jobs there. Like I knew I wanted to come back here.
You're coming home. Like, no thanks, Boston.
Yeah.
That's funny. And then after grad school, you and your family, your mom, right?
Yes.
Went to like different places.
Well, we went to one place.
Oh, just kidding.
I mean, so we went to one country.
Oh yeah, okay.
But we went to different places. So it was a unofficial, like, because I was graduating my master's program, my sister was graduating undergrad. I don't know if we were, quote unquote, celebrating anything else, but so we did this little family girls trip. So it was me, my sister, my mom, and my grandma.
Okay.
And we went to Switzerland. And so
right, yeah.
Yes. So we went to Switzerland because, like I said earlier, I am Swiss. And that's from my mother's side. So my mom and grandma are Swiss.
Yeah.
And so we went there, because of that, because of heritage, and we still have like distant, family who lives there. So that was the reason why, or the first reason, but so a little family vacay to
the homeland.
To the homeland, yes. And it was a really great trip.
The pictures are beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
A lot.
Because you just shared not too long ago, like your looking back pictures.
Yeah. Right?
So beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, I did do that this year. Okay. Because this was quarantine time, so time doesn't mean anything. But that was recent-ish.
Yeah.
Because it was very end of May, early June. That's when it was, because that's when we went. Because that was 3 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, so I was sharing pictures from that. So that, okay, so again, it was a small trip, right? So it was just like the four of us. My mom and I were the ones who planned it, really. So we had to plan out, okay, we're going to be there for, I think we were there for 15, 16 days. So just over 2 weeks.
Yeah, not super long.
Yeah, not super long. But it's like, how much time can you take?
Yeah.
So it's like we wanted at least the 2 weeks. just because I think also everything we wanted to do, and we only stayed on like 2/3 of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say that just because we were in the German part and the French part. So there's also an Italian part of Switzerland because it is bordered by all of those countries.
Mm-hmm.
So they have different parts, and so they speak French, German, and Italian in Switzerland.
Oh, interesting.
Like all of those languages are like, I don't know if they're all official. They might be.
So is there a Swiss language?
That's a good question.
Mom is Swiss.
I know. Well, because there's Swiss German, so I feel like there might be Swiss French and Swiss Italian.
Oh,
where
I see.
it's not German, but so okay, dogs, can you guys chill, please? Please, Luna.
This is what happens when you do a podcast with someone with 5 dogs in their house.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, dogs. Okay, but it's okay. Everyone just lay down again. You were doing so well. Okay, what was I Googling? Oh, Swiss. So I got my Google up, ready to Google everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are 4 national languages of Switzerland: German, French, Italian, and Romanish.
What the hell is Romanish?
I don't know.
Is that like Italian? Like that they speak in Rome? Oh,
Okay,
man.
I'd have to click on, it's just like Wikipedia link.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I was thinking. So they probably, so it's not Swiss, but each of those languages, like it's not German, it's Swiss German. So there are differences.
It's like a derivative of German.
Yeah. So I would assume it's kind of the same for French and Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's similar. And I know when we were talking to, it must have been like a hostess or someone like at a restaurant we were at, like they were saying too, like they can understand like people from Germany, but Germans have a hard time understing them, is kind of like how she explained it. So
interesting.
Similar, but different.
So they don't have like just like their own language. It's kind of just like bits and pieces of other languages.
Yes.
How interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because they have Germany up top, France on the left. I'm like looking at the map, like they're kind of, France kind of goes around the side, and Italy's underneath, and there's also Liechtenstein is next to it too.
So where's your family from?
So my family is from like the German part.
Oh, okay.
So we're Swiss German.
Okay.
So let me click on this map actually, because now I just want to. but so actually it was our last day is when we were able to coordinate and go like visit family and like go see like my grandma's, if it was her parents or her grandparents' house, but like the old family homes in Switzerland.
Oh, that's cool.
So my family is from, it's called Schwarzenegg, and it is, where is it? It's south of Bern. And so Bern is the capital, and that is German part, but it's near-ish the French side too. But it's, I'm trying to zoom in on that. Because so Schwarzenegg is like a little village. Like it's small. I'm trying to zoom in because I know it's near, because Thun is a place we went, because there's a lake here. There's a bunch of lakes, right? Switzerland is all green and blue and beautiful. There's mountains, right? The Swiss Alps. There's lakes, rivers. Oh, it's beautiful. I feel like it's too small. Like I'm going to have to zoom in forever, but it's near, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Thunersee, but like the Thun lake. Okay.
Sure.
I'm just like butchering all these words. It's fine. Well, it's like they're hard to pronounce, they're German and stuff.
Yeah. It's not our main language.
It's tough. Like I know the SEE, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced like Z, and that means like lake. So I know that much.
Okay. Sure.
stuff.
Whatever you say,
I
Shannon.
know, right? I could say anything. You won't know. But so we visited family and did all that like on our last day or the second to last day of our trip. So we flew in to Zurich. Zurich's where we started our little journey. Oh, and it was so much fun. Just everything. And like, I don't even know if I have a favorite part of Switzerland because it was all beautiful, but.
Was the food good?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
What is Swiss food? All I think about is cheese.
Right. Okay, yeah. So you got your cheese, you got your chocolate. But also, and I think, I mean, for also just Europe and also Germany, though, like a lot of meat and potatoes. Okay? So a lot of dishes that are meat and potatoes. And I have no idea what's happening in the Italian part of Switzerland because we weren't able to include that in our trip. When we were planning, like we were trying to see if we could work it in, but it was just, it would have been too much.
Yeah. Sure.
It would have been too much. So we sorted it out to be able to get to a lot of places in the time we had, or the most we could.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a dish, it's called Rosti.
Okay.
And an easy way to explain it is like hash browns.
Okay.
So that's kind of, the kind of like the shredded potato, right? Is kind of how it looks. And you can, kind of get like different kind or like with different things on it. Like, cause I had one that had like, bacon and a fried egg on top and stuff like that. But it's just like, it's just potatoes.
Yeah.
Right? But like, it's so good. Like, yeah, it's so good. I miss food so much.
It's hard not to like potatoes. Yeah.
I mean, meat and potatoes, like simple. To the point.
Everyone likes meat and potatoes.
Everyone likes meat and potatoes. This just thinking about the food and stuff. So we also had just for like breakfast a lot because like we'd get up from like the train station when we're going to the next place or whatever, or just like at the like markets and things like that. But croissants. We had so many croissants. That's how you say it. I don't know. Croissants.
Wanted to take a quick break to talk about Instacart. With Instacart, you no longer have to do the shopping and you can get your groceries delivered right to your doorstep. They connect you to a personal shopper who you can easily chat with online or on the mobile app. It's super easy to use and you can save on travel time and going through the store. Listeners will receive free delivery on your first order over $35. Follow the link in the description to let them know I sent you and to help support the show. All right, okay. Croissants.
Oh, yes. So these were like the best freaking croissants I've like ever had. Like better than anything we've had here.
They were better than Costco croissants.
Yes. And I can't tell you why. Like I don't know. But
there's like just something about them.
They're just God, they were so good. And I miss them so much. It's the little things, man. Little croissants.
Yeah. Man, that sounds good. Like maybe once all this is over and I don't know, I rack up some vacation time, I'd love to go somewhere, just visit anywhere, like go across to a different country or like something like that.
Yeah.
But I do see, so the common theme so far with all of your like travel stuff is that you tend to go in like small groups and with like people Yes. And I feel like it's very introvert of you.
Yes.
So would you ever go in a large group? It's okay to say
a large group of people I know or just like a tour group?
Like a tour group.
That's a good question. I'm trying to think about it. I feel like maybe. That's such like a what answer. But I feel like if I were to do that, I'd want to try to have someone come with me.
Yeah, like have a buddy.
Yeah,
a travel
like
buddy.
I wouldn't mind being in a large group. I would probably prefer to have someone I knew. So like if I could, go with a friend, like if we were planning together, it'd be totally fine. If if I had to go alone, maybe I'd have to think about it more.
It has to be like worth the trip.
Yeah. I'd have to weigh like, how much do I want to do this? Will I be able to do it again?
Yeah, that's a good point. So do you have advice for anyone that wants to start traveling, like once all this is like done? Like our fellow introverts, what would you give advice for? Like, you know.
I guess I would say don't be afraid to do it, and don't be afraid to do it by yourself. Like, I know I just said like I wouldn't go in a large group, right? Or I'd have to think about it more.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to think about it more, right? Because like if it's something you really want to do, I'd say don't be afraid to like just go and do it.
Mm-hmm. And you could do like solo trips, not in a large group, kind of like your trip, your weekend trip.
Mm-hmm. Well, because there's so many factors that would go into just like a trip. Like, what does that mean? Like, how long are you going for? Is it some big like European tour? Like, so I think there's a lot of factors on what type of trip you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That, can affect that. But yeah, don't be afraid to travel by yourself. Like, it was tough, but it was fine. Like, I got to see what I wanted to see. I did what I wanted to do. I survived it.
Yeah. And now you have like this story and this experience that you may or may not have again.
Yeah. Because it's like, I want to go back to the UK, but especially right now, who knows? And just beyond that, who knows? Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's hard to travel abroad. Or like, to plan it and do that. I guess that would be my other thing. And I don't know if it's more an introvert thing or maybe my type of introvert thing, but planning, just like planning what you want to do. Because for me, that helps a lot because it's a form of like control, right? Like you're in control of this situation. You know what you want to see, when you need to see it. So like our Switzerland trip, we had to plan out like, okay, how many days are we staying in each location? Like, what is there that we want to see and how much time is this all going to take? So, we were in Zurich for like 3 days and then we went down to Lucerne for a couple days. And then we, so it's just like doing your research. What do you need to see? How much time is it going to take? How much travel time? Because like we were just in Switzerland. So Switzerland is, pretty small, especially compared to the US, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't take too long to get everywhere, but it still is like couple hours by train and everything. So yeah. So for me, I'd say don't be afraid to do it. Especially for me, it's like, those were big, my solo trips and solo just things I did were big, like step out of your
comfort zone,
right? My comfort zone, like challenging myself to do something because they were things I really wanted to do. So I wasn't going to let my introversion, but also my shyness, because I am a shy introvert.
Yeah.
Because shyness and introvert is not mutually exclusive.
You listened to my episode.
Yes, I did. But like introverts can be shy, right? But not, So I am a shy one. So it's like I wasn't going to let it stop me from doing these things I really wanted to do, or talking to that sociology professor I really wanted to talk to, or So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing all your stories. There's like so much, and I honestly wish I got to do some of that stuff, but hopefully it's not too late, and hopefully like this COVID stuff will go away so we can like travel again. And but thank you for sharing all that, and thanks for like going on the podcast and like another thing that you got out of your comfort box and did. You talked to the listeners. To the listeners. Oh, we love the listeners.
Yeah,
we love the listeners. Do you have any last things you want to tell them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Oh, I don't know. Travel, you guys. If you can.
Safely.
If you're able. Yes, travel safely. Yeah, not right now. Don't do do it now.
When it's safe to do so.
Yeah, when you can. Yeah, when it's safe, if you're able to, go see something. Go see something new.
Even if it's just like in your home state, like there's so many things, like parts of California I still haven't seen, you know? So, you know, start small, baby steps.
Baby steps. Yep.
Yeah, baby steps. All right. Well, thanks, Shannon.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. I can't wait to have you in more episodes. We can talk about all kinds of stuff.
Yes. Sounds good. Sounds so good.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please let me know what you thought about it, and let me know what places do you guys want to visit. Do you have any traveling plans in the future? And let me know what other topics you want me to discuss. If you enjoyed the show and want to stay in the know, follow me on social media. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook under the Talkative Introvert Podcast. All the information will be in the description, and you can also check out my website at thetalkativeintrovertpodcast.com. Please follow and share with others, and rate and review me on Apple Podcasts. I appreciate the listens, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.